Welcome back to the second half of the program. We had a wonderful Paranam session. Today we are starting on the series of Atma Bodha. It's about the self-knowledge of the Atma Vidya. We have with us today Venkatraghavan ji, who is going to take us through this and educate us. Venkatraghavan ji is a keen student of Advaita Vedanta. He has studied the Prasthanatraya, all the three, from Pujya Swami, Paramathananda Swamiji, and he has done his Advaita Siddhi with its commentary, Laghu Chandrika from Mahaupadhyaya, Sriman Manidravida Shastrigal. And he is also currently translating the Advaita Siddhi in English. You can visit his website, advaitasiddhi.com. And he is professionally aligned also. As he is a Dharmishti, we say, Loke Dharmishtam Praja Upasarpanti. So people flock to the one who observes Dharma all the time. So we look at you as a Dharmishti, Venkatraghavan ji. We saw his brilliant audio only a few days ago with his lucid explanation on Advaita. And he's professionally aligned when I said he's a founder of a energy technology business called ARC, which develops cleaner form of energy. It's all about the purity of energy that we create and we circulate and distribute in all our actions. That's who he is. So we look at you like that, and we look to you today to start this series on Atma Bodha. Please take us on. And before that, if you have any questions, please, the live chat is open. You can give your questions relating to the subject, and we can ask him. We can take up to 5 questions for him to give the answers. Let's enjoy. Thank you. Over to you, Venkatraghavan ji.
Namaste Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Puranalam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankarupena Machittam Panki Kritamabhudjaya Kinkari Yasya Samaya Sankaracharya Mashrage Prahlada Varado Devo Yo Nrisimha Paro Harihi Nrisimhopasakam Nityam Tam Nrisimha Gurum Bhaje Shri Satchidananda Shivabhinavya Nrisimha Bharatyabhidan Yatindran Vidyanidhin Mantranidhin Sadatmanishtan Bhaje Manava Shambhurupan Sadatmadhyana Niratam Vishayebhyah Parang Mukham Naumi Shastreshu Nishnatam Chandrasekhara Bharatim Vivekinam Mahapragyam Dhairyaudarya Kshamanidhim Sadabhinava Purvantam Vidyatirtha Gurum Bhaje Ajnanam Jannavi Tirtham Vidyatirtham Vivekinam Sarvesham Sukhadam Tirtham Bharati Tirthamashrage Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvagyam Vidushekara Bharatim. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Namaste everyone, and I would like to thank the Sringeri Guru Bandhava community and Sharada ji, Swaminathan ji for giving me the opportunity to talk about Atma Bodha, which is a work by our divine Acharya, Jagadguru Sri Adi Shankaracharya, on the very auspicious day of Panchami, Shukla Panchami. So it gives me great pleasure that that is the case. And I hope that over the next few Shukla Panchami dates, which come every month, that we can progress with this. Now, the Atma Bodha is a very popular text, which, as I said, was composed by Adi Shankaracharya. It is in verse form, comprising 68 verses. Now, various acharyas within our sampradaya consider this to be an important introductory text because of 3 factors. One is that it is a comprehensive text. So it includes all the important aspects of Vedanta, but it is not very bulky. It's not very large. So the Viveka Chudamani, for example, which you're also looking elsewhere, is over 500 verses. So it will take some commitment, it will take some time, and therefore it is quite difficult. Whereas this, as I said, is a verse consisting of 68 verses. It's a work consisting of 68 verses. That's the first thing. So it is comprehensive without being bulky. The second thing is that it is very interesting that Adi Shankaracharya, in every important topic, whenever he is talking about something which is important, he will present a very beautiful example. So that is incorporated so that the mind can easily connect with the topic and assimilate it. That is a very, very unique feature of the Atma Bodha. The third thing is that it is in a verse form, it is in simple language. It is simpler than Aparoksha Anubhuti or Viveka Chudamani. And therefore, for those who are interested, they can memorize this if they want to do so. Now, Atma Bodha, the word means knowledge of the self. Atmanaha Bodha, not Atmana Bodha, meaning knowledge that is gained by oneself. That is independently of the Guru. The knowledge of Advaita which is gained is not, we do not accept that such a knowledge is possible. Like the Veda itself, for example, says, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. The one who has an Acharya is the one who is capable or is able to get this knowledge of the self. And the reason for that is that the self is a very, very subtle thing. And it is something which is not directly knowable using words. It cannot be directly conveyed or understood by words. And as we are about to find out, what we consider to be the self and what the self is are two different. So we have mistaken something which is anatma for the atma, and this we have been doing not since our birth in this life. We have been doing this for time immemorial, anadikalat. Naisargikoyam loka vyavaharaha, Adi Shankaracharya says in the Adhyasa Bhashyam. So this is a knowledge that one cannot gain by oneself, and therefore it is not Atmana Bodha, it is Atmanaha Bodha, meaning knowledge of the self. So the work, it's called Atma Bodha. Now, if you think about it, knowledge, what is knowledge? Knowledge is a vritti, a cognition that occurs in the mind, in the intellect. So why is a book called self-knowledge? And the reason for that is, even though the book is something external and the knowledge is something internal, because the Veda or the Shabda Pramana is the basis for getting that internal knowledge, that is why the work itself is called Atma Bodha, because it is a means to get Atma Bodha, the knowledge of the self. In the Brihadaranyaka Bhashyam, in the introduction, Adi Shankaracharya defines what Upanishad means. And he says, Upanishad is not a work, not a text. Upanishad actually is Brahma Vidya. Knowledge of the self is Upanishad. Because studying the text Upanishad gives us the knowledge. Therefore, the text itself is called Upanishad. So the true meaning is actually Atma Vidya, which is Upanishad. Because the work provides that meaning, the work figuratively gets the meaning. So there is a secondary meaning or Lakshana Vritti. The same principle applies for Atma Bodha, this text that we are looking also. This book is called Atma Bodha because it produces Atma Bodha in our mind. So hopefully at the end of this series, we can all become Atma Gyanis. That is the hope. With that introduction, let us look at the very first verse. We had distributed a simple set of text containing the Atma Bodha. Hopefully you have it and you can read it along with me. Tapobhishina papanam shantanam vitaraginam mumukshunam apekshoyam Atma Bodho vidhiyate. So this is the very first verse of Atma Bodha. So what is this verse saying? This verse is telling us about sadhana chatushtayam, or the qualifications, jnana yogyata. What are the sadhana chatushtayam? What are the qualifications? And how to attain the qualifications. So qualifications for what? Qualifications for Atma Bodha. So if we have these qualifications, then we will be able to enter the text. We will be able to get the full benefit of the text. And for those who are familiar with Tattva Bodha or those who are familiar with other works of Adi Shankaracharya will know what the sadhana chatushtayam is, what the fourfold sadhanas or fourfold means for jnana are. They are viveka, meaning discrimination, vairagya, meaning dispassion, shamadhi shatka sampatti, which are the sixfold mental disciplines that are required, mumukshutvam, or a desire for liberation. Now we will talk about each of these in a little bit, so I'm going through this relatively quickly. So these are the four qualifications that are necessary for jnana. Without these, the mind will not be able to receive the jnana, nor will it be able to retain the knowledge. So therefore, having it is very important. Now, if we look at the verse itself, the word Shrina Papanam literally means those. So this is a Bahuvrihi samasa, meaning it is referring to the individuals who possess the characteristic. These individuals who possess the characteristic of Kshina Papa, or those whose sins have essentially gone away. They have attenuated, reduced their sins. That is the literal meaning. But the implied meaning here is of Viveka, the first of our fourfold qualifications or discrimination. And the reason why we say that is because in Advaita Vedanta or Advaita, because Vedanta means Advaita, essentially anything which takes us away from the ultimate Purushartha or Moksha is a Papa. Whether in Laukika language, in daily parlance, even if it is Punya, meaning it gives us happiness, it gives us Vastu Sukham, it gives us Swarga, it gives us dharma, artha, kama. If such a sukham makes us less interested in moksha, such a sukham, such a punyam, that punyam itself is papa. So if that is the case, what to talk of actual papa itself, which gives us pain. So anything which takes us away from the primary aim of Shastra, which is to remind everyone what the true nature is, and therefore free ourselves from samsara, that anything which makes us forget our primary goal in life, that is a papa. And therefore kshina papana means those who have the ability to discriminate or differentiate between what is the priority in life and what is not. Because if we look at our life and we look at everything that is going on in our life, right? And experience will teach us that what is it that we are seeking for? Why is it that we are on this earth? What is the purpose? Why are we here? And the answer to that is each of us will have something else. Each of us will have something else depending on what our priorities are. So for some, it will be enjoying the family life. For some, it will be to succeed from a work perspective. For some, it will be to have material comforts, home. For some, it will be to achieve success in the world. For some, it will be to gain a lot of knowledge. For some, it will be fame. So each of us have different priorities in life. However, most of us will know, or if not, life will teach us that none of these goals in life are a reliable source of peace, security, and happiness for us. All these are things we think we want, but when we actually get them, it does not give us happiness, not the way that we think. Maybe it will give us momentary happiness, but all of that will definitely give us sorrow. It is not reliable. If we rely on this, any of these, when they leave, it will cause a lot of sorrow for us. And therefore, a Viveki is one whose priorities in life are very clear. And the clear understanding of priorities is what is meant by Kshina Papanam or Viveka. In the list of things that we want, we discover that it is only Ishvara or Bhagavan who is the reliable source of peace, security, and happiness. Apart from Ishvara, nothing else is reliable. And therefore, keeping Ishvara as the goal in life is a sign that we have Viveka in our life. The next is Vitaraginam. Now, the flip side of that Viveka is that experience has taught us that apart from Ishvara, there is nothing else that we can rely on for permanent peace, security, and happiness. So, what does that mean? It means that if we were to keep those other goals in life as our primary important aspect or thing that we want to strive for, we realize that sorrow will surely come. And therefore, if we are interested in attaining that which gives us permanent peace, permanent contentment, permanent sukham, there is no point chasing something which is ephemeral. And therefore, this turning away from these ephemeral things is called Vairagyam or Vitaraginam. Those who turn away from these ephemeral things are being referred to. And therefore, Acharya Shankara Bhagavad Pada, through the word Vitaraginam, is indicating that please realign your priorities in life, because if you are interested in material pursuits, even if you're interested in dharma, that is, if you want to do these sacrifices to go to Svargaloka, etc., etc., if you perform Vedic rituals for material pursuits, please understand that such an activity will have a finite result. And therefore, at some point, those finite results, when they finish their job and they leave us, they will cause separation anxiety, they will cause problems for us, they will cause sorrow for us. And therefore, turning away from external objects, from anatma sukham to atma sukham, that turning away is called vairagyam. And the realignment of priorities towards Ishvara or the Atma is called Kshina Papanam or Kshina Papam, or is called Viveka here. So these are the two aspects, Viveka and Vairagya, that is indicating. Now, the third thing he's talking about is Shantanam. And here, this word Shanti means peace. Now, the accomplishment of this Shanti is accomplished by Ishvara Dhyanam. So, through tapas, upasana, etc., etc., we learn to sit quiet in one place, withdraw our senses, and learn to direct them towards Ishvara, learn to direct them towards a task such as Nama Japam, Mantra Japam, etc. So, the performance of upasana and the tapobihi that we are talking about in the first line, I'll come to what this tapobihi actually means, helps in integrating the personality. So everything, Ashtanga Yoga, tapas, performance of rituals, performance of upasana, all of that lead to the accomplishment of the Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, or the sixfold disciplines of the mind. So those sixfold disciplines are Shama, meaning tranquility and mastery of the mind, control of the mind in simple language. It also, that is the first one. The second thing is Dama, tranquility and mastery of the sense organs. Because even if the mind is quiet for one instant, what do the sense organs do? They constantly go out. As the Kathopanishad says, Paranchikani Vitranat Swayambhuhu. The Ishvara has afflicted our sense organs to constantly seek things outside. Parang Pashyati Nantaratman. They don't look inward, they go external. And therefore, when they go external, they will drag the mind. So therefore, not only Shama required control of the mind, one also requires Dhamma, so that the mind is constantly not having to strive to pull it back. Next is Uparama, or a general reduction in extroverted activities. Traditionally, Uparama or Uparati is translated as sannyasa, or the formal giving up of karma. For grihasthas who are unable to take sannyasa ashrama, this can mean reduction of extroverted activities so that one gets quality time to pursue Atma Vichara, self-inquiry. So this is a long-term project that we are about to enter on. Not just the study of Atma Bodha, but the gaining of Atma Jnana is a long-term project. And therefore, we need to turn our activities away from external objects, from material pursuits as much as possible to get enough time so that we're able to pursue Atma Vichara, so that we can do this in a relaxed, stress-free manner. Then is Titiksha, or the fourth of the Samadhi Shatkam. Titiksha means mental toughness. Now, life is going to throw all manner of problems at us. We know this. Our experience teaches this. So we should be able to face all types of experience in life and get the psychological immunity to face these ups and downs. And this titiksha is necessary so that even if life is pushing us towards troubles and therefore distracting us from Atma Vichara, we have the forbearance to say, okay, this will also pass. I know this is difficult. Let me not be too hard on myself because I'm not able to do Atma Vichara when all these problems are happening, but let me learn to bear them so that I am stress free. That is very important. I'm able to pursue this. So we should not beat ourselves up. The purpose of Atma Jnana, Atma Vichara is so that we transcend the issues of samsara. We should not make Atma Jnana and the pursuit of Atma Jnana itself a problem of samsara. That itself some people do, but we should try and avoid doing that. The fifth quality is Shraddha. Now, Shraddha means faith in the scriptures, in the Vedas, in the Veda Vakya, and also the Guru or the Acharya who helps in the study of the scriptures. Now, by this faith, we do not mean a blind acceptance of whatever the Shruti says or whatever the Acharya says. What we simply mean is that we take a non-critical, open-minded approach. And this is valid for any Shastra, be it physics or Atma Jnana. We will not understand things to begin with. It is a known thing. We will not understand things to begin with, but we must have the patience and the open-mindedness to accept what is being said. And once we accept it, let it soak in for some time. Let us cogitate about it. Let us think about what we have understood, what we have heard, and then take a call. Because if we have ashraddha or a closed mind, we will not listen to what the speaker is saying. Our mind will constantly think about other things. Oh, this is not correct. I don't think this works. I don't think that works. By that, we have missed the next point. So let us learn to hear things with an open mind. We need not blindly accept things. We have to question it, but let's question it understanding what the other person is trying to say. So the freedom from intellectual arrogance is what we are talking about as Shraddha. Now, the last of the Samadhi Shatkam is Samadhanam, or a focusing capacity. So the ability to focus on the goal that I've undertaken. So it involves, it means listening to the talk. The mind must be focused. I mean, we're speaking for half an hour, the mind must be focused for half an hour. And we should have the concentration to focus on what the speaker is talking about. So if we have these sixfold factors, so the Samadhi Shatkam, that is what is being referred to by the word Shantanam in the verse. And the last one is Mumukshunam. So what is Mumukshunam? Mumukshu is the fourth characteristic or of the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Mumukshutvam means the priority of Ishvara being my ultimate purpose in life. Knowledge of the self and liberation from samsara being my ultimate aim in life. That is what I mean by Mumukshutvam. And the more intense the desire to escape from samsara, the more intense the desire to learn the self, to realign the priorities in life, the more successful we will be in Atma Vichara. And therefore, these fourfold characteristics, Viveka, referred to by Kshina Papanam, Vairagya, referred to by Vitaraginam, Mumukshutvam, referred to by Mumukshunam, Samadhi Shatkam, referred to by Shantanam. These are the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, or the qualifications that are required. Now, we have a few more minutes left, so let me just quickly talk about it, then we can take questions if they have. What is the means to attain the Sadhana Chatushtayam? Okay, Sadhana Chatushtayam is required to enter Vedanta, but how do we attain the Sadhana Chatushtayam? And that is being referred to by the word Tapobhihi. And here the word Tapobhihi means Karma Yoga. So what we mean is that we need to have a religious lifestyle that is centered on God. That is, we are performing actions as a dedication to Ishvara And therefore, we are becoming an intelligent karta, as Swami Paramarthananda used to say. So we are addressing Ishvara by saying, I know that my actions are one of the contributions for my future. I am not a controller of the future. That is clear. But Ishvara is the controller of the future. Therefore, please give me the patience to wait for that future. Let me not be anxious. Let me perform these actions for pleasing you. As Ishvara Ichha, I am performing these actions. So that is the statement that we make before performing any actions. And let me also become an intelligent bhokta, that when the results come, whatever be the results, I accept them. Because I have firm faith that whatever I do, Ishvara will give me exactly what I deserve. So whenever we perform a karma, we do it as a dedication to Ishvara. Whenever we get a result, we get it as a prasada from Ishvara. We accept it as a prasada from Ishvara. And what does this do? What this helps us is it converts our material pursuits, it makes them into a religious pursuit. It makes it a karma yoga. And thus, that karma yoga will give us this chitta shuddhi. And therefore, Acharya using the Tritiya Vibhakti saying tapobhihi, from the performance of these austerities, by becoming a karma yogi, I will attain the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. And by attaining the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, I become qualified to enter. And Adi Shankaracharya says, all those people who have attained vairagyam, vivekam, shamadhishatkam, mumukshutvam through austerities, for such a people, apeksham means with those people in mind, I am now prescribing Atma Bodha. I am now writing the Atma Bodha. And for it is, this work is meant for those people. So with that, we will stop today's session because I think we've reached the end of it. If anyone has any questions, I would be happy to take them. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.
Thank you so much, Venkatraghavanji. You took us through the Chadana Satushtaya Sampatti and Samadhi Shatka Pradam so nicely, and how we have to realign the priorities. And the Tapobhihi part was very well elucidated. That's what we have to patiently wait to get to that. The question is again about the theory of the materialistic wants and desires, and how do we convert it into practicality, which is not happening. So that is the question to you.
That is the big question in all our lives, isn't it? I think the one thing we should realize is that whatever we are saying here is not simply saying for words. We have to bring it into action. And how do we bring it into action is the question. Again, we have to look at, as I said, we have to look at all these goals, right? So if I'm interested in achieving success at work or achieving success in the personal front, let us look at it, examine it, and see whether that actually makes sense. Because when we are striving so hard to protect our lifestyle, what is it that we are protecting? And is it going to give us happiness? We have to dispassionately analyze this. So, to a certain extent, it requires us to be objective in how we look at things. So, for example, if we are chasing after success in work, what is that success in work for? Let us ask ourselves that question. Is it going to give us permanent happiness? And the answer is very clearly not. Because the achievement of that particular material goal involves so much physical effort, so much mental effort, so much stress, anxiety, tension. And once we attain it, how long is that happiness for? The moment we get it, we'll enjoy it, and then it goes away. So if we attain like a promotion in work, that promotion in work will give so many other problems along with it. So what is it that we are chasing? So making this, we are treating means as though they are ends. I'm not saying that money is not important or success in life is not important. No, it is important, but it is only a stepping stone. It is not an end in itself. Because if we treat it, the problem that we are doing is that we are treating that money or position or family as an end in itself. Whereas it is only a means, they are only part of us in this journey towards self liberation, self realization. They will not be along with us. So, the moment we depend on those things for our happiness, that's a big problem because none of these things will outlast us. It is sure. Either we will go or they will go. And therefore, there is going to be a finitude with each of these goals. So we have to examine all our life's goals and see, is this a means or is this an end? Is the effort that is going into it justified? I'm not saying let us all forget everything and go to the forest. No, not at all. Let us understand that what we are doing has a finite result, and let us therefore not tie up our happiness, our peace of mind, our security with the achievement of that result. If that happens, great. If that doesn't happen, that is also great. If that thing once attained, if that thing stays, great. If that thing goes, great. No problem. It is fine because that thing is not going to give us happiness. I'm doing it, I'm attaining that thing because I will use it in a particular way. It's going to give me some benefit. That is all. It is not me. We have to understand that. Hopefully that gives some sense of how to develop that vairagya, because this realignment of life's priorities and this objectivity is what is being referred to as viveka here. With that, we have to perform. And the thing is, after some time, the more we do it, as with anything in life, the more we do it, the better we will get at it. We should observe our mind to see why are we chasing something, and then if that thing doesn't make sense, let us try to move away from it. Not physically, mentally move away from it. Do not tie ourselves up emotionally. Don't emotionally invest in something which is going to be finite. Hopefully that's helpful. Is there any other question?
That's pretty much it. And everyone has enjoyed today's session. It's a very good start, very good beginning to Atma Bodha series. And we thank you, Venkatraghavan, for your taking time off from your work to come and give this speech and taking us through this. We really thank you. And we look forward to the next session, which is on 25th of July. 25th of July happens to be the Vardhanti day of our Sri Sannidhanam, 28th Vardhanti day. It's going to be again an auspicious occasion. We'll definitely meet on that day for the Parayanam and the series, talk series, but we'll post the timing of it. We are not sure at this stage because there could be a public function where he could be giving us an Anugrah Bhashanam. So depending on all that, we will let you know the time. Thank you so much again. And let's meet again on 25th of July, which is a Saturday. Thank you. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Namaste.